do that.
I caught them later there. And it's for sale now. So that's all they
Does he
own.
own it?
Call the meeting to order.
With the partner.
We are recording.
With his, that one with
It's
David.
up for sale, I saw
Yeah.
that. That's a couple of days ago.
March 10 at 10:15 or 16 a.m. Roll call. That won't be hard.
Sticknut,
Yes.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Public comments. Any public comments? Hearing none, we shall move on. Bob, time for your report.
So biggie. We had 2 permits in February. And then there was also a zoning request application, so that's why the receipts are a little bit, your permit receipts are different from the total receipts. Your claims are attached, and I want to inform the committee that your meeting in April, there is a zoning request out there. Tom and Sue Fry own 39 plus or minus acres in rural Donovan area. They want to survey off 2.27 acres for their son to build a house from A1 to rural homestead. It is currently under farm, but it is on a, according to the dad who farms the ground, it's on a sand hill. The production is not very good. So he said, he jokingly told me, he said I wouldn't be giving it to my son to build a house if I didn't get any income off of it. So, but it's a kind of like, you know, we haven't had a zoning request in a long time, taking farm ground out of production for this kind of thing. So we'll have to consider it. You guys will have to research it, consider it. Go to zoning board of appeals the 30th. It's not on Tuesday. I got a conflict, so Thursday the 30th of March is the zoning board of appeals in here at 7 o'clock. The soil type is, in your packet you'll see a GIS map with the soil types on it. 150B is a 97 PI soil, that's pretty much some brief history on that. So
How many acres you have to have?
in A1 to build a house without rezoning, 75. Unless it's an existing home site and you can replace the existing house.
But you said they wanted 2.5 acres?
2.7 out of that 39 plus or minus acres tract.
But his name's not on them 39 acres, right?
The applicant is Tom Fry.
But it's his son's house.
But his dad's doing the rezoning so his son can build a house. I mean, the son can't apply for the rezoning because he doesn't own the ground.
But he will own the house.
If he would build the house, then his dad would title split it. They had a survey done. They would record the survey and the deeds to transfer that parcel to his son to build the house. But they're not going to. They don't want to record that or do any of that unless the zoning is approved.
Okay, yeah.
That's all I got.
All you got, okay. Well, next on the agenda is to review the general ordinance, but since there's only 2 of us here, I think we probably should table that until we get a little more participation. Review the claims. Ernie? You and I need to review the claims.
Are your inspectors working out all right? They gonna stay?
They stay healthy. Like I said, I do have somebody that's inquired about construction, a younger gentleman, but he doesn't want to force baits out, so Living Baits decided to health-wise hang it up, and I've got somebody lined up for that. Electrical is a different issue I have in Millville. And Barney's just recently retired, so he's going up anytime.
Yeah, give somebody retired something to do.
On the notice of public hearing in the News Gazette, what did that concern? It's on the front page, or the single paper that you have here, the single sheet of paper, under aged payables by invoice date.
Oh, I don't have that sheet.
Oh, okay. But it was a public hearing, I assume.
Oh, that was the last one we did
Oh, okay.
for the couple down by Loda.
Okay, okay. And that was in the News Gazette, I believe. Yeah. Okay. The inspectors must be doing several inspections.
Yeah, but when the weather broke, we got nice. Some of the new houses that had permits out, they got started on them. Pretty good.
Well, that's good that they're busy.
I'll make a motion to approve claims.
We can't approve them without a quorum, but we can send
Go
them
ahead
on
and
to
do
the
it.
full county board and for their approval.
Yeah.
Okay, any old business? Any new business?
Just a comment that solar farm inquiries have continued.
Uh-huh.
I've had a couple more in the last 2 weeks,
Okay,
and it's going around. It's everybody in my position in the state has been getting phone calls, so this is not
Oh.
just local. It's
okay,
statewide, doing, feeling what the process is, is it, obviously, they're checking with counties that do have zoning, because there's still a lot of counties that don't have any zoning, so
Mhm.
don't worry about them so much, but just giving you a heads up that they're still calling on solar farms right now.
I assume we have no zoning in reference to solar farms.
Jim Devine, when I talked to him about it, he said at this point, without any specific ordinance for them, it would basically be a conditional use application
Okay, okay.
on existing track. So,
Well, they couldn't take up much land, could they?
the one proposal that I've heard is over 700 acres,
Oh,
but then the other ones are like anywhere from 5 to 20 acres typically.
Yeah, that's what I was...
There's a big one out there in the state that's like a 700 acre proposal.
uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be big.
Solar section.
And I assume those would be using photoelectric, or however you call it, photovoltaic.
I've never gotten that far into it with conversation. They're just basically reaching out for trying to get an understanding of what the process is more than specific.
I would think something like that would probably fit in our area. As far as efficiency, I don't know how efficient they are as far as sunlight, but I assume that they definitely would work in this area.
You wouldn't have to have good soil.
No,
I mean, if...
for some of the poorer land, I suppose
Yeah,
it
it'd
would
be
probably...
junk soil, I would think.
Yeah.
But just giving a heads up that inquiries are still happening.
Uh-huh, okay.
So do we have to come up with some rules and regulations, or...
It's up to you guys if you think it's necessary. But, anything, until the ordinance is changed, anybody who would apply would be under the old ordinance, so it'd be a conditional use.
Mhm.
That's something, if you go back a couple months, I think, that came up at that time, and Dan Renner said that he was going to do some research on it, but it's something that should be on the agenda to determine if we want to enact an ordinance or...
Yeah, who would that be up to make an ordinance, huh?
You'd have to have public hearings, and and develop an ordinance. You'd have to probably, I don't know how many out there other counties even have a solar farm ordinance, because this is fairly new to everybody in the state. I know there's a couple solar farms existing, one up by LaSalle County, I believe. If you're right off the interstate, if you're driving down I-80 west, it's on the north side, you can see it from the interstate. It's pretty good. It's pretty good sized. It's not huge, but it's not almost 100 acres, but I don't know if they have an ordinance though. That'd have something we'd have to research.
Yeah, if that looks like something in the future, we probably should try to research and see if other counties anywhere have ordinances.
Well, that's why I'm saying, if I walk in tomorrow and want to do that, what would you tell me?
Yeah,
I would tell you what Jim Devine suggested, that it would be a conditional use application. So, so they'd be requesting a variance on an A1 or an A2, probably more than A1 property. So, and then
I don't know what kind of problems could occur. There definitely would not be noise problems. There would be no shatter flicker.
Oh, I would think I'd rather have them over wind towers, but that's my opinion.
But you still might have to address issues of decommissioning. You might have to address issues if there's any other dangers to nearby residents.
Yeah, that's something that
Those are things I don't know.
we need research.
And area-wise, they take up more room than a wind tower does.
Yeah.
So if you decommission it, overground still would be able to convert back to being farmed. If it's farm ground they choose. Now, if it's permanent pasture or typically non-farm ground, then it's not such a big issue. But that's harder to find flat ground that's not tillable.
Yeah, in this area it's.
So
I wouldn't think there'd be anything
There needs to
ugly
be
to look
research
at.
to determine if in fact we need an ordinance and what the parameters would be. But that's kind of what happened with the wind ordinance, I believe. And that goes back a number of years. But we need to do our diligence on that issue because
Definitely.
I'll deal
if
with
it's something just like with the wind farms, the big distraction for that initially was going to landowners and saying, here, you make more money or so forth. And that's, you know yourself, it was all about the money. And I think the solar farms will be the same thing. So it's something that I think needs to be put on the agenda.
But I don't know, solar farms, their process is leasing. I think they're more like purchasing the site.
Oh, do they?
I believe.
Oh, okay.
But it could be either way, but,
Do you think there are any other states where they've had solar farms for a while that might have an ordinance or any information
I'm
about it?
sure there are, especially out west with all that wide
We'll
open.
probably have to go to look and see what experiences they've had.
I wouldn't think the drawback, I wouldn't think there'd be no noise. They wouldn't be ugly. I mean, they're just right off the ground so high, aren't they? And then they
But you're still, I believe you're still, securing it to the ground, probably by footings and concrete.
Right, yeah, right.
Because, even though they're low to the ground, they still are subject to weather and wind.
Right, you'd have to, the wind can be pretty vicious in a big panel like that.
No.
And also, you also at certain times of the day or certain conditions, you could get reflection of sunlight off of that could impact it.
It's just, I'm just informing you guys that their inquiries are still continuing. And, so, if you want to address it, me and Dan, I can get with Dan and we can do some research. You can go online and research it. It's out there. I'm sure there's plenty of websites.
I would assume they would be highly subsidized too.
I think that's why these inquiries have started, because I think there's probably a program out there. I don't know for sure, but all of a sudden they start happening in a specific time frame in the same specific, one state. I just think.
Yeah, I would assume that
In fact, one of the inquiry companies actually does wind farms too.
Oh,
They
okay.
do both.
Oh,
So, and they think they're starting to see a switch to it.
yeah. I would assume they're probably not monetarily efficient without subsidies. I wouldn't have any idea. Surely the whole solar panel price is too expensive right at the present. They're coming down, but I don't think they've gotten to the point where they're cost effective yet without subsidies.
There's been some improvements in the efficiency of those panels also, which makes it
Right.
a little more attractive perhaps. But
True.
that's, I mean, that's their angle.
Mhm.
Little different, coming at it from a different direction.
Okay. Anything else? No old business? Had a little new business, any monkey business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Ernie, I'll second it. All in favor? Okay.